なきゃダメなの？あら。
Not exactly. Many years ago, Mainland Baron was banned from the College of Winterhold for studying questionable research with soul gems.
It seems so. You expect me to believe that?
How can I argue with that?
Not my problem.
Many lost secrets
It can't
lie
be
beneath
helped.
the thick ice and snow of this.
How can I argue with that?
You expect me to believe that? It would seem so.
All right.
Huh?
A little coin always greases the wheels.
No, I don't think so.
Hello, friend. The
Not
dagger.
exactly.
Duh! By Akatosh, they didn't even wrap it correctly. You didn't touch it, did you? Well, no. Of course you must have. Did you attempt to wield it? And you're not dead? Gods, it's a wonder it's in one piece.
Some people are like clouds. When they disappear, it's a beautiful day.
I do. I do indeed. Keening, one of the great tools of Kagranak himself, is finally in my possession. I don't think I really believed this day would come.
Not my problem.
How can I argue?
This is not just a dagger. This is a dwarven artifact beyond nearly all value. A singular instrument of immense power. A tool of impossible import. Keening and its counterpart Sunder. Used by the tonal architects of the Dwemer to tap into the heart of Lorcan. Now we see whether my theories are correct. I apologize if I have not been clear about my work. I didn't want to discuss it for fear this moment might never come. Everyone knows the dwarves disappeared. No one knows why. This little experiment is a first step in recreating the events of their disappearance in an effort to unravel that mystery. Lacking the heart of a dead god, I'm substituting the crystal you helped craft in its place. I also lack Sunder, the counterpart to the dagger Keening. I am reasonably confident, however, that this will still work. I certainly don't expect it to have quite the same results. I'm no tonal architect, of course. Well, I suppose it's time, isn't it? Let's see what happens. You may want to stand back a step or two. But please, don't leave. You've been instrumental in this process. I'd like you to see the results firsthand. Right then. That didn't really do anything, did it? Perhaps a little harder. I don't understand. This should produce some notable effect. Work, damn you!
How can I argue with that?
I don't think so.
Not my problem.
How can I argue with that?
How can I argue with that?
It can't be helped.
A little coin always greases the wheels.
Huh?
Indeed.
How can I argue with that?
How can I argue with
I don't
that?
think so.
It would seem so.
Nah, I don't think so.
How can I
Need
argue with
something?
that?
You expect me to believe that?
I think you just like looking through my stuff.
It would seem so.
A little coin
How can I
always
argue with
greases
that?
the wheels.
Nah, I don't think so.
How can I argue with that?
Huh? Not exactly.
How can I argue? Ara. どこへ行くの?
It's almost midnight for fuck's sake. Let's do something exciting. According to Herbalist's Guide to Skyrim, death bells have fortify alchemy effect, but this is not true.
Ah.
Say the college has been snooping around Sarthal. Mages. Some are saying the Sijic monks have been seen in Skyrim. They're an ancient order. I haven't figured for them. You hear the news? Those damn mages blew up Winterhold.
Rain,
Guess it was just a
rain,
matter of
go
time.
away. Come again some other day.
Word is the College of Mages is back to normal, if there's such a thing for that part.
Morthal used to be a quiet place, but then the world used to make sense.
Not exactly.
True enough.
My mother and father died years ago. Valiant takes care of me now.
My talents are much needed here in order to keep Morthal safe.
Morthal, home of the nastiest fucking Jarl of all time.
Tell me the details of what happened. Sometimes small things can reveal large discoveries. How many times did he strike it? And did anything happen?
Oh, look over there!
I'm willing to bet that you
What
can
do you
summon
want?
a
You
shade of
never
him now, though. Am I
I
right?
want to be an inventor like you, and go wherever I want.
Morthal is
I'm
a
about
troubled
to smack some
place.
sense
It's
into
my
you,
duty to
you
see it
little
rest in
fucking brat.
peace.
Stay away from me!
Tell me the details of what happened. Sometimes small things can reveal large discoveries. How many times did he strike it? And did anything happen? I'm willing to bet that you can summon a shade of him now, though. Am I right?
How can I
And
argue
how
with
the
that?
fuck would you know that?
It's the same reason your eyes turned that color when I infused life back into you.
What the fuck does that even mean?
When your parents arrived at my home, your life was being held on by some potion. For the life of me, I still cannot figure out how this potion was made. But if we ran out of potions, you would no longer be able to survive because your soul had already left your body. I had heard of an altercation to the soul trap spell. I would be able to partially soul trap someone's soul. Problem was, I had never actually tried it before. And who would ever let me do this to them? Your mother wiped the tears from her face without hesitation and volunteered to have it done to her. I warned her that there could be effects that I might not be able to cure. But to her, none of that mattered. All she cared about was saving her daughter.
I'm not understanding why you would need to soul trap my mother.
Because I needed a soul to put into you, to restore real life into your body.
Oh,
That's right, Galesse. Your mother risked her own life to save you. Seeing the love your parents had for one another, and even more so, the love they showed for their daughter, made me focus more than ever. Once I finally got you infused with the partial soul of your mother, you awoke shortly after. To everyone's surprise, when you opened your eyes, there was that bright blue that is seen in your eyes now. Soon after, your mother fell very ill, no doubt from the effect of having part of her soul torn from her. I tried anything I could to give her more strength, but with no success. Your father made it very clear that he would spend the remainder of his life caring for your mother, and I believe he did. After a few days of rest for everyone, I escorted your family's carriage to the border of Hammerfell.
thank you. I'll never forget what you did for me.
You're quite welcome, Galesse. I only wish I could have done more for your mother, but there is more to discuss after learning the results of Arniel's research and you being recently possessed.
Right. Could find something that'll help us.
Some rituals allow a soul to be cast into the planes of oblivion, as Arnio found out with his studies. Since you were there when his soul was teleported, you're able to call upon his soul if needed. As far as your eyes go, I can only guess that it was caused by being infused into you as a partial soul, along with the fact that the other part of that soul was still inside a living being. You're the only known person that this has been done to. As far as Galesse being possessed, that could only mean one thing. For reasons unknown, when your mother died, her soul was forced into oblivion. What plane of oblivion, I would never way of knowing, but it does explain how they're able to speak through you. The partial soul that keeps you alive is linked to the soul that was in your mother when she passed on.
So, what now?
You'll need to find her mother's soul and remove it from the planes of oblivion. But I have no idea where you would start looking, or even get there for that matter. You can start by speaking with the man who created the potion that kept Galesse alive. It seems he may have a knowledge far beyond that of my own. Take this potion. This was all that was left. That should start a conversation with him. Best of luck to you both.
Is it true that you killed
It's after
deer
1 in
with
the
their
morning.
hearts?
Let's get some sleep.
What? Where did you hear such a thing?
I don't know. Someone in town said it.
It's not true, I assure you.
Okay.
Don't believe everything you hear, child.
My talents are much needed here in order to keep Morthal safe.
No, thanks. I'll manage.
Till next time.
What can I do for you? Fitting really, a clan here had a hand in the ending of the Oblivion Crisis. The clan axe-bearer from Morthal were among the original members of the Keepers of the Razor, one of the militia groups that were created in the aftermath of the Oblivion Crisis in the effort to destroy the mythic Dawn. The group came into possession of Mehrunes' razor sometime after the failed expedition to Varsabalan conducted by Freth and Drothan. The three broke the enchanted dagger into 3 pieces, given to the highest members of the group, one of them being Lenny Axe-Bearer. Just giving you some background to Skyrim. Maybe you should read a book now and again. Anyways, for roughly 8 generations, the pieces of the razor were up in the air, essentially lost to time, as the wielders of the razor pieces went their separate ways, disappearing all throughout western Skyrim. We've stopped. Something wrong?
How can I argue with that? You expect me to believe that?
All right.
Meh. Eh.
All right.
A little coin always greases the wheels.
How can I argue with that?
Just what we needed, more fucking rain.
こ
The Northern Maiden is shipshape and ready to go. How can I argue?
Indeed, it is so.
I haven't quite placed it yet, but there is something off with the blacksmith here. He's hiding something.
Yes. How can I argue?
Not exactly.
You expect me to believe that?
行かなきゃダメなの
A little coin always greases the wheels. Yes. Another board. No. Etheric ore. I think that's right.
I don't recall inviting you into my tower. I do hope you make this worth my while. This is a Talvane tower. It's my citadel, grown from the spores of the giant fungus trees found in Morrowind. Back in the homeland, there are other Talvane wizards that have them as well. The Talvane are the master wizards of Morrowind. The greatest of us grow magical towers like this one from the mighty fungus trees. Together we form House Talvane, one of the great houses of Morrowind. The great houses rule what is left of our once proud nation.
All right.
Winterhold, that small college that is falling into the Sea of Ghosts? You're the one that recovered the Staff of Magnus. Impressive. Talvis should finish his apprenticeship in a couple of decades. Come see me then. I think I could teach you a trick or two. Have you seen Verona? I'm hungry. That woman is never around when you need her. What is it you need? I'm a very busy man. And of course you come in search for me. As you seem to already know, I'm a trove of knowledge, but with this gift, and lack of time, I'm sure you could find what you're looking for at the College of Winterhold. They seem to have a vast library. Where did you get that? That was my own creation. I was unaware that any bottles still exist. This brings me back to a tragic story of a little girl whose parents went through all odds to save her.
We already know the story. I'm the little girl from it.
Perhaps, but why don't I recall your eyes being of such color? Don't tell me that fool used a partial living soul to bring life back to her.
You've heard of this practice?
This has been discussed in many circles as a way for immortality. The issue with using a partial living soul is the connection made to the world of the dead. Well, in theory at least.
It's no longer a theory. I'm looking for a way to sever this connection.
Old tomes speak of 16 planes of oblivion, but I believe there are more. My knowledge of the oblivion planes is limited now. You would need to find someone who had advanced knowledge of the planes.
Do you know anyone that would have this knowledge?
I do not keep the company of such people, but I have no doubt that they exist. Anyone known to be undead should have some common knowledge. It's getting them calm enough to be civil that would be the issue. Always pleasant to see you, Galesse.
Long story short, something gross happened. That's how they know me. Something you've been meaning to say to me? I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. All of this is helping lift a weight off my shoulders. For years I've tried to figure out the missing pieces of my past, sometimes making things up just to fill the gaps. Many times, I've laid in bed at night, trying to remember large slots of my life. Flashbacks of all the children calling me names, and their parents refusing to let me play with their kids. Even as I got older, my resentment for children grew. Hearing people claim the innocence of children makes my fucking blood boil. When children poke fun or torment another, they do it not out of fear. It comes in some form of truth. They are not trained to lie, they just speak what they see. Even if what they poke fun at leaves a mental scar that breeds hate. I never wanted your fucking pity. I'm just coming to the realization of why I have a true hate for certain people. Let's head back to the castle. Seems that old bitch will be useful after all. All right. What can I do for you? I think you just like looking through my stuff. All right. Not exactly. Nothing you can do. All right.
You've got to help me. I conjured an Ash Guardian, and now it's running amok. Thank you. I was hoping you would. Hurry. I'll keep Master
Something's
Nello
coming.
distracted. What was that?
I'll put you out of your fucking misery.
とりあえず
Come on!
Wait up, Galesse. Is it done? Is the Ash Guardian gone? What a relief. Master Neloth surely would have punished me had he found out. I can't pay you, but I could teach you the Ash Guardian spell. Although, maybe that doesn't sound like a good idea to you after this. I do have a staff I could give you instead, if you think the Ash Guardian spell is too risky. All right. But remember, don't cast this without a heart stone. Otherwise, the Guardian will attack everyone, including you. That's right. Don't be like me and have to learn the hard way. Here's the spell tome and a heartstone so you can try it safely. Yep, take care of yourself.
Just a moment.
I've heard rumors that the Jarl's children in Whiterun worship Daedra. Have you ever been to Dragon's Reach and seen this? If you ever do go there, please pay attention to the kids and let me know what you find. Well, Galesse, it's time for me to get a move on. If you ever get frisky and want a night with me, just give the word. I would love a chance to try and tame you.
All right. I'll join you later. I didn't think that conversation was ever gonna come to a fucking end. Let's go. All right. No can do. After 1 in the morning, and I'm fucking sober. It's a crime. Not exactly.
どこ？
How can I argue with that? Yeah?
どこへ行くの?
It is so.
Correct. Yes.
For fuck's sakes, it's not even 6 in the morning.
You expect me to believe that?
Yes? I think you just like looking through my stuff.
Nah, I don't think so. Yes. Correct.
Other than the fact that they all hate my kind? The court wizard seems to be hiding something. I can't tell you how many times I've seen him sneaking out of the city, very late at night. He's up to something, but he is an old man. I'm sure he could use some help.
The coin always greases the wheels.
How can I help?
How can I argue with that? Nah,
Can't
I
be
don't
helped.
think so. How can I argue with that?
早く着かないかな?
All right. It would seem so. All right.
Help yourself to anything you need in my laboratory. Good to see you again. It's becoming quite lonely out here. It's good to be home again.
That was a good fight. What irritates me most about morning people is their horribly good temper, as if they have been up for 3 hours, and already conquered Skyrim.
It might take decades to restore the castle to its former glory. But I appear to have plenty of time. Don't let me down. I'll assist you in any way that I can.
A little coin always greases the wheels. All right. All right. Nothing you can do. All right. No, thanks. I'll manage.
You appear to have something on your mind. What is it? Did you find the information you needed? How is this possible? I would have never thought to use that spell for that reason. We'll need to find this soul, and remove it then. That should be an easy find, since we've already been there. When a soul is captured using a black soul gem, it is sent to the soul cairn. This must be the same for partial soul trapping. Upon death of the one who was soul trapped, the soul must be forced into the cairn.
All right.
Of course you didn't. Most of the souls wander aimlessly, not even knowing where they are. It's not that simple. I would need something to connect the soul to me, to bring it out of the trance. Then that might not even work.
Not exact. All I have with me is a journal my mother used up until her death. I carry it with me everywhere.
That should get us started. Would you be able to get more things that may be relevant to your mother?
I could go speak with Delvin in the Ragged Flagon in Riften. Years back, he held on to my parents' wedding rings and gave me enough gold for them to get started here. But shouldn't we find my mother's soul first?
I'm afraid you will not be able to come with me, Galesse. If you got too close to the other part of the soul in the soul cairn, it could complicate things. If she's in there, I can find her. I still have a few tricks I can use to bring her out. You should take Galesse to Riften to retrieve those rings. Once you have them, meet me in a place called Cagrenso. It's northeast of Riften, high in the mountains. The place was a marvel in its time, and is a good place for tuning into spirits. If I'm not there when you get there, wait for me.
Here is the journal. Thank you.
What is it now? Then I wish you the best of luck. Help yourself to anything you need in my laboratory.
It would seem so.
It's good to be home again.
Something's coming. Something's here. Going to cut your fucking life
Help yourself to anything you need in my laboratory.
All right.
Help yourself to anything you need in my laboratory.
It would seem so. That's your problem, not mine. All right. No, thanks. I'll manage. A little coin always leads to peace. You should have run.